part of. Even the couples who stayed married for a long time made me wonder, do they really want to? To me, many of those couples seemed to have made a bargain, and they were just good enough people to have lived up to it. Or maybe they secretly wanted to break the deal a long time ago, but were stuck with it, and in it. Others seemed basically content with one another, but were they really happy? I never believed that true happiness with another human being was sustainable forever, or even till death do us part. But then something happened. I went on a talk show in 1977 to promote a project, but when the host walked into the green room beforehand to say hi, that thick white hair, those killer blue eyes, it was like one of those shampoo commercials where everything suddenly goes into slow motion. When we got on the air, things got a bit embarrassing. Here I was, this very strong feminist, with all sorts of penetrating observations about equality and gender roles, and pretty much everything that came out of my mouth was a girlish giggle. I'd been on a lot of talk shows by that time, but this felt more like a first date. Phil asked me more personal questions than I'd ever been asked in an interview. He dug in about the men I had dated and asked if there was someone special. He was a man on a mission, a divorced man, I might add, raising 4 boys, his daughter lived with her mother, and I was his eager accomplice. As I look back on it now, it was not professional, but it was honest, a spontaneous chemical reaction. People still tell us they saw that Donahue episode and instantly knew something was going on, and they were right. Phil and I went to dinner the next night, and we married 3 years later. Our wedding day was everything we wanted it to be. Small, just our families, 35 people, intimate and very private. It still feels like yesterday. Over the decades, Phil and I have lived the sweeping landscape of marriage, and sometimes that landscape has had its valleys. But each obstacle we faced as a couple not only helped us find the solution to the challenge, but also strengthened the bond that had brought us together. And then we got a call. It was May 2019, and Phil and I were about to celebrate our 39th wedding anniversary when the phone rang. I picked up and heard the tearful voice of one of our dearest friends. "We're getting a divorce," she told me, and I nearly lost my breath. She and her husband had been married 28 years. They were good friends and always good company. This earthquake in their lives shook Phil and me, and many of our friends, too. What happened, we kept asking each other. If it happened to them, could it happen to any of us? Where did they go wrong, we wondered. And more to the point, where did we go right? This heartbreaking event in the lives of 2 of our friends prompted Phil and me to talk about our own marriage. What did we like about us as a couple? What do we still not get right? How far have we traveled since that spring day in 1980 when we made those promises to each other? And what exactly has kept us going year after year? We started to wonder if there really is a secret sauce to a successful marriage. And that's how we came to create this book, one that would pull together the stories of many devoted couples and uncover some of the mystery of marriage in a way that could be a source of information and inspiration for other couples, from newlyweds to long-married couples like us. This was new territory for Phil and me. For years we've been asked to write about our marriage, but we've always been reluctant. I mean, who are we to give advice? We're not experts. And it's working, so why jinx it? But we're living in a very negative time. A time when we're lashing out way more than we're reaching out. A time in which we too often forget that we're at our best, our strongest, when we're holding the hand and having the back of someone we care about. So Phil and I broke an ironclad rule of our marriage for the first time ever and decided to work on a project together. Talk about putting your marriage to the test. We began by making a list of long-married couples we admired. We thought there was so much we could learn from them about the ways they have made their marriages last. How has marriage made them different people? And what were they willing to change in themselves to accommodate the other?